I'll be your host, Jonathan. Today I'm using 345 Shave Soap's Rendezvous. This is a dupe of, oh man, I just had it in my head too. I'll think about it in a second. But it's a cologne dupe. It smells really, really good. I really like it. Oh man, I have the EDP for this, and I had the original as well at one point. Versace Pour Home. Sorry, it took me a second to think of that. Kind of slipped off the edge of my brain. But it's really nice. Versace Pour Home, really nice, kind of a lighter cologne scent. The scent is really like perfect as far as the original goes. Like the dupe is right on. Smells great. If you like Versace Pour Home, then this is a good shave soap. Got it all lathered up here with Promethus Shave Crafts brush here. I got a APShave Co gelousy knot. I don't use this knot a whole lot, but gonna today. Lathered up in the bowl pretty good. Obviously, I got some pre-shave loaded already. Got some Parasso. No, I lied. I got some Noxzemma that I use like Parasso. Trying to keep my irritation level down on my skin. Got a couple days growth here. Been doing mostly or exclusively shaving with the Osprey the last week or so, a little more than a week now. I've always maintained, not intentionally, but I've gone at least a day without shaving between shaves, or more than one day. So I usually have like 2 days growth or 3 days growth before I shave again with it, just to make sure I'm not getting any irritation. And then if I do get irritation, it's not because I shaved every day. Sometimes I get a little irritation if I do daily shaving. Doesn't stop me from doing it, but this one I'm trying to decide if I like it or not. So I wanted to make sure I gave it fair trials, and I have gotten some irritation from it, so that's definitely been a factor in my decision making on that. I wanted to make sure, figure out why, if I can, why I'm getting irritation from it. I don't get it from all my skin. Like, you know, if you watched the last couple of videos I posted, my cheeks get super smooth, my neck, like under my jaw gets pretty smooth, but this base of my neck here, it's kind of my problem there. I can get really smooth. I mean, some razors it's hard to get more smooth than others, and it is prone to irritation, but not always. I mean, I have plenty of razors that I shave and I don't get irritation there. But the Blackland Osprey, for whatever reason, every shave I do with it, which I've had 4 now, and a couple on camera, a couple off camera, I've used it 4, 6, wide open. I don't remember what the other one was, somewhere in the middle there. And I always get irritation on my neck, and it's kind of bugging me a little bit. I'm pretty sure I talked about that in my previous videos, but I didn't put a whole lot of attention to it because they were like my first and second shaves with the razor, I believe. And I was like, oh yeah, I got a little irritation there. Well, you know, it's a thing, whatever, I get irritation sometimes. But then it became kind of a trend where I'm always getting irritation. Not sure what the deal is. So I tried a couple different blades to try to rule that out. I used the Gillette 7 o'clock blacks. I've used Schick, made in Germany, the modern Schick blades. I don't think I've used the Personas that the razor came with. It comes with Persona Lab Blues. I looked at them, I almost tried them, but I don't really use those. I think I have ones before, but I don't, on a normal basis, I'm not familiar with how they feel, and so I didn't want to use a razor I wasn't completely familiar with, or a blade. But today I got it set at setting 5, which is, I know it's kind of hard to see because they don't paint in the numbers there, but if you can't see, you just have to trust me, I'm on setting 5. Which is kind of a little bit more than 4, which is the lowest setting I used. I did dial it down once for 2 to try to do a touch-up pass with 2, to see if I could reduce that irritation. It didn't really work. Anyways, I got it loaded up with a Derby, a green. I know those blades get a little bit of some flack. I don't know why. I like them. I don't use them a whole lot. But I was looking for more of a mild blade to see if maybe that would help out a little bit with that irritation. Derby greens I find are nice middle of the road blades. I don't like the blacks. I know some people do. I tried the blacks, which seems like, you know, they have more coating. They have 4 coatings, but it didn't work out for me. But the greens I like, and I can always go pick them up locally if I want. They sell them at, like, at least here, they sell them locally at Sally's Beauty Supply in like the barbering section. They got, you know, some hair shaper blades, a couple double edged blades. I think the only ones they carry now are Derbies and Personas. They used to have feathers, but for whatever reason they stopped carrying the feathers. Although they have some other weird feather blades that don't work in like D razors or even hair shapers. I'm not sure what they are. Some kind of barbering blade. So when I just did that neck, felt great. I said setting 5, not too aggressive, not too mild, kind of middle of the road setting. Super smooth, not really unexpected. It's been really smooth with the grain. Been fairly smooth against the grain depending on the setting. I did find when I opened it wide up, it was usable for me. I don't normally use razors with huge blade gaps like that. It did kind of remind me of the Yates, like the H or the EH. So it was usable. It was a little, that increased blade gap, and kind of increased blade feel made it a little uncomfortable for me. I didn't find that it was I didn't find much of a difference in efficiency from maxing it out, from hanging out at like, 8 or something or 7. My experiences. I didn't find it, for me it wasn't worth the blade feel. It was just a little bit more uncomfortable than I liked. I will say this razor is very head heavy. I've noticed it more and more as I've gotten more and more shades. I mean, it's obviously noticeable when you first pick it up, but it's more so than other razors. It's got that whole adjustment mechanism up inside, the head of the razor up there in that base plate. And I think that really contributes to a very head heavy design. I know that seems kind of obvious, right? It's super obvious. But it does make the feel a little bit different on the shave, like how it feels in your hand and on your face, because it's so, I've used plenty of heavy razors. I don't know that it's any heavier than like the Rocknail Sailor, which is pretty heavy, but the Rocknail was more, that weight was pretty balanced, like the handle was really thick. So yeah, it was head heavy, but it was heavy everywhere. This is still, it's stainless steel, but it's got that hollow handle, so all of that weight probably be, a little, I don't know, if you move the brass insert, it would make the handle lighter, but that head is still going to be heavy. I do want to try it without the brass insert. I just haven't gotten around to doing it yet. I would take it out right now, but I don't have a screwdriver that size that would fit. No, I do not. I had a Phillips head in there, but not a flat head. Maybe next shave. I know you guys are probably getting annoyed with my, maybe, hopefully not, you're getting annoyed with the Osprey videos. I know it's been a lot. I'm sure everyone's posting Osprey videos right now. Just recording what I'm using. I just wanted to use this, a lot's new. I wanted to get a good feel for it. Blackland offers a 30-day refund on new razor purchases. So if you don't like it for whatever reason, you can just return it. You gotta pay for shipping. Send it back, and then you get a full refund. And I'm not saying I'm gonna send this back yet, but I like having the option. So I want to make sure that I use it and thoroughly use it to make sure I'm getting a good feel for whether or not I like it. So I want to keep around a razor, especially a really expensive razor that I don't really care for, and I'm not going to use, and I'm going to sell in the buy sell trade, take a hit on, how much it costs. I'd rather take a $10 hit or $15 hit on shipping with insurance, because I think they say you have to insure it. That being said, I'm not 100% certain I'm gonna keep it or give it back in. I'm keeping an open mind. The Derby does feel a little different than the other blades. It feels good. I mean, it's very smooth, but you kind of feel a difference. It's I don't know. Sharp is probably the right answer, but it feels weird to say it that way because it's super smooth. I don't have any issues cutting through my hair, but it's a little bit more of a mild blade, comparatively speaking, to the other ones I've been using. That was a really good pass. Maybe I just need a more mild blade. We'll see how this last pass goes, but maybe that's the ticket. Maybe I just need a milder blade. Some razors are like that. Some razors prefer, you know, a really, really sharp blade. And sometimes, you know, some people are like, oh, if it's a mild razor, you go with the sharp blade and you get the efficiency. And if it's a really, you know, aggressive razor, you use a mild blade. That, you know, not a bad technique. It's not always the case. Like, I wouldn't call this an aggressive razor, especially being an adjustable. It feels very smooth. Setting, what did I say, we're on 5? Yeah, 5. Not a lot of blade feel. Comfortable level of blade feel. Some, but not a lot. So I wouldn't call this like, oh, I'm pairing up an aggressive razor with a mild blade. I don't know. I don't know why some razors prefer different blades. I wish I knew. I'm sure there's some kind of science theory behind it. Something to do with edges and bevels and so far smooth against the grain. That wasn't bad, you know, on my neck. You know, I got some redness right here. I have a scar right there, and it tends to get a little red sometimes for no particular reason I know of. I didn't cut it. It's not bleeding or nothing. It's just a little. I blame cartridge razors for that. I used cartridge razors for a long time. I used to get ingrown hairs on my neck, especially down in this area, just because my hair grows kind of all wild in different directions, so it was more prone to getting ingrown hairs. And eventually like ingrown hairs do, I got a little scarring from it. Could have been worse. was a good shave. Oh, look, maybe I did nick myself on my scar right there. I spoke too soon. But I don't count that as a real cut because whatever, it's a scar. Nothing I can do about that. I need to do a little touch up right here, which I'll do off camera. But other than that, I mean, so far I don't feel any irritation on this part of my neck, which I normally do. So that's a good sign. I'm gonna do that quick touch up pass and a cold water splash, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Thanks for sticking with me. So, finished up with the Osprey. I didn't change the settings at all. I left it at 4. No, I'm sorry, 5. Sometimes I have turned it down a couple notches, down like 3 or something for touch-ups, but I didn't on this one, and it went really well. I did get that one little nick on my scar, which I don't really count for nothing, but irritation-wise, I don't think I got any irritation on that one. It was really good. I missed one little spot right here. Good enough. Got the splash here, 3 for 5. Like I said, this is a dupe of Versace Pour Homme, which I dig. My wife really likes. My only complaint about Versace is just kind of true with the dupe as well as the original cologne, since that longevity kind of sucks with it. Smells great. Whew. Got some burn there. See, that's something else that's weird with this razor. Like, I felt like I didn't have any real irritation on that shave other than that little nick I got. And yet, like, my whole cheeks and my neck, like everywhere, was pretty sensitive to that aftershave burn. And this is not, you know, one of those splashes that's just alcohol. It's got all kinds of skin food in there. I don't have my glasses on right now and it's early morning. Witch hazel, distilled water, hydrovans, rose hydrosol, jojoba oil, almond oil, apricot oil, hydrolyzed oak silk proteins, aloe, vitamin E, and a good old polysorbate 20. So there's all kinds of stuff. It's not one that I normally get. Like, it felt like a really smooth shave, like I shouldn't have had any burn at all. But I don't know, I think almost every time I've used this razor, I put on the splash, at some level, varying level, I get significant level of burn even when I don't expect it. I don't know. Like, I don't really have any redness. It didn't hurt. Like, I don't have any, you know, I didn't have a bunch of weepers going on or nothing, and yet I got like stung pretty bad with that aftershave. Feels great now though. The aftershave is fantastic. 3 for 5 makes a solid product. I mean, their soap is great, large tubs, ton of ingredients. I mean, their soap base is up there for me. It's probably one of the top 6, somewhere in there. Really good. Same with their splash. I like it. I've only got a couple by them. I think I had shark bite at one point, but I kind of gave it away to, I think I gave it to Sack. It wasn't really a scent for me. Anyways, dig the soap, dig the scent. Not sure about the Osprey. I was kind of a little bit more on the keep it side of the line until I did the aftershave, and I got that really pretty significant burn from the aftershave, which I wasn't expecting. And I'm kind of back in the middle again. I don't know what the deal is. I want to like it so much, but I don't know why I'm getting, I don't know. I'll keep trying things out with it. We'll see what happens. I'll make a final decision at some point. But thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you here next time.